After giving her mother one last hug, she got out her cell phone and began dialing the police department's number. While waiting, she walked up the stairs and was heading to her room when she noticed something very wrong. Jared was never this quiet, and he had been in his room all day.
He'd OD too! Mother, son, bonding, heroin.
She immediately opened the door and dropped the phone in horror with what she saw next. Jared was face down in a pool of his own blood, a bloody kitchen knife lying next to his right hand, several cuts on both of his arms.
So they both offed them. Was that like a suicide pact? Obviously, there can't have been, because the mum was like, "Oh, I'm going to kill myself so you two can have a good life," and then the brother kills himself on the same day.
It's hilarious coincidence.
Yeah, like
Adam Sandler is the sole survivor.
Presumably, the boy didn't go down and see the mum and went, "Well, she's dead. Guess I'll go up to my room and kill myself."
Yeah, it's like next to him was another note written in blood.
Oh my god!
That read,
"I can't take it anymore. I just want the pain to go away. It's too much to bear. I love you, sis. I'll always love you. I hope you know that. I'll tell Mum and Dad that your love will always be with us, so that they won't have to worry about you anymore. Goodbye forever, Kate." I don't know what voice this is. "I'll miss you."
The tears started flowing and didn't stop when the police took the bodies out of the house or when they were finally buried.
No, stop right there, Gemma, because we're making up additional chapters. Her dog killed itself, her pet cat, her budgerigard. It's National Suicide Day.
Budgerigard.
It's just a budgie with like a beefeater's fucking hat on. He just sits outside the house, comes in, realises the family have died, it's failed its mission.
So, you know, what's all this then?
Fucking flies straight to the ceiling fan.
Yeah, I want that to be the thing. The mother accidentally OD'd herself. The son saw it, couldn't take it anymore, killed himself. Then the dog came in, felt that he was man's best friend. The cat saw that his best friend and rival's now dead. The horse came in. They're actually owners of a zoo.
It's effectively the old woman who swallowed a fly is what you're doing here.
The horse comes in and goes, "What are you doing here?"
Trips over the dead body, breaks its leg, can't live with itself anymore. Shotgun.
Like, limps its way to the glue factory.
Pulls out a shotgun, blows his own brains out. The postman comes by. "Oh no, my family's dead. I want to die." Luckily, the buckshot and horse skunk kills him. Falls out to the road. The ice cream man goes, "Oh, my best friend, the postman. Oh no, he's dead." Drives to the body, swivels off the road. A bus full of suicidal orphans.
These poor orphans, they're being transported. The slightest thing could tip them all over the edge. Ice cream van. Oh, let the ice cream van veer into a tree and burst into flames.
Oh no, they've all just watched Suicide now. Why do we leave sharp objects around them? I think that screening at the cinema was a bad idea.
They stopped when she was at the cemetery, where she wanted to say her final goodbyes to her family. She placed red roses on each grave and a piece of the heart-shaped cherry candy on each tombstone to show her undying love for each of them. She kept the notes close to her heart as she was leaving to go home. Then her mind started to wander off.
People die every day.
They die when they're killed.
It's nothing out of the ordinary. After all, it's only death.
Caitlin's thoughts were cut short when a car came speeding out of nowhere
the postman.
and sent her flying.
That is her dad's car. She went back in time.
Even though she was in excruciating pain, Caitlin got to her feet and started walking to the nearest hospital. She didn't make it far before she collapsed from pain and exhaustion, but while she was blacked out, she felt someone pick her up, and they carried her to the hospital for much needed medical attention. Her cuts and bruises were cleaned and bandaged, and her black eye was treated, and it healed faster than expected, but the real damage was on the inside. She had suffered from severe internal injuries plus a broken ribcage.
It's alright. It's alright, everyone. The bleeding is internal. where the blood is supposed to be.
You know what? I should have gone crazy when I was in hospital because that would have killed right up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, your leg would
And I
be
would have
fine.
gotten superpowers out of it.
Yeah.
Because if you're crazy, you get superpowers, and if you're autistic, you're the next stage in human evolution.
Yeah.
So says the Predator.
We were out with Logan earlier, and I can't remember what the fuck he'd done. Something really idiotic, and Matt just went, truly the most dangerous game. Just fucking slayed me.
They rushed to surgery immediately and managed to get everything back in order. But she still hadn't woken up since she was put under anaesthesia. While she was resting, LJ managed to sneak in and look after her for a while.
I forgot I was in this story.
No, he says,
I never meant for any of this to happen. I just wanted to keep you safe.
If only I was some sort of extra-dimensional being of cosmic power.
He spoke to her through his tears and rested his hand on her arm.
Please stay with me. I love you.
The monochrome clown managed to stutter out. She stirred a bit at his words, and a slight smile stretched across both their faces simultaneously.
Remember me.
He said as he gave her a kiss on the forehead,
I know you well.
and walked out without saying another word.
I love you, and I want to look after you. Now I will disappear in your time of need.
Well, a wide smile covering his face.
I like the idea that he walks out, but it's still completely visible to like the doctors. Like, the fuck's this freak?
right, I'll do the last part.
Final part.
Wait, also I want to start before like we know they hook up. Like, I love you. Like, even if the story say was somehow magically good, how fucking creepy is it that some girl is in love with a guy who has basically been raising them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What sort of creepy Woody Allen bullshit is that?
It's the Jews.
That's probably getting cut. No, you don't call them the Jews anymore. They're the ants. Remember that?
No.
Remember ants? It's
Yeah, with
it's like
Woody
a Bug's
Allen.
Life.
Yeah, no, actually, it's actually much better than A Bug's Life.
I know. As I was thinking, it's the only really good movie like a Woody Allen film I've seen. I haven't seen many Woody Allen films.
Annie Hall's okay.
When Caitlin woke up 3 days later, she noticed her skin had turned white. Wasn't she already white? The doctor determined that it was the medicine. Is that why Laughing Jack left?
Oh no, you are white. I cannot love you.
The doctor determined that it was the medicine used during surgery, and it caused her to have an allergic reaction. But that reaction was something he had never seen before.
Medicine caused her skin to turn white.
They prescribed some pain medicine for her and sent her on her way.
Was this once again Dr.
Hang
Cuckoo
on,
raving?
there is an allergic reaction I've never seen before. Well, send her off on her way. Fuck off. See you later, kid. Also, like,
can you send the person with no face in next?
while she was getting dressed, she noticed something. This fucking thing where they don't put a space after certain punctuation marks really annoys me. She noticed something slip out of her pockets. They were the final written words of her mum and Jared. She proceeded to finish getting dressed and held the notes close to her body, a few tears dropping during the time. When she got home, she couldn't believe how quiet the house was. The living room looked the same as if her mother hadn't fallen on the hardwood floors with all those needles stuck in her arms. You're right, yeah. They were like, oh, I've got to be careful that she fell on the hardwood floors, and that's what pushed all the...
It's like a Final Destination moment with the first one with the knife.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, she decided, I've got the first two steps before getting my life back. I'm going to throw these needles away. Before that, I'm going to polish the floor. I'm going to throw them away. Simple, getting rid of the... Oh no, the ceiling fan! Whoa! Slippery floor!
Oh no, it's so avoidable.
And then, the sun, the horse, the dog, the cat, the milkman, the ice cream.
The orphans.
Spider all of a sudden has little all of a sudden has 8 rollerblades on his legs, just going whoa.
Bad day for Mr. Spider to take up a new hobby. Whoa!
Slides into her mouth. She swallows the spider. This bird's like, a spider, I'll get you out of there.
Just lands in her mouth.
That's how she knew. She walked in and knew her mum was dead without checking. There's a train of animals hanging out of her mouth.
Yes,
that's what gave it away.
When they did the autopsy, which is an actual autopsy because she was dead and she wasn't in a coma with her soul stolen. So Derek Green wasn't there to investigate this, but they cut her open and just fucking zoo pops out.
It's like, just make this incision. Just thousands of animals just escape, like the stampede in fucking Jumanji.
Well, better call Matt Damon.
It's like
He bought a zoo.
it's like a combination of that and The Shining when the elevator opens.
I was thinking more like with those cans of peanuts. 600 snakes to shoot at. Like, what the fuck did she possess? Like, so we got a dead water buffalo. I think this went what the hell's a dodo doing in here?
This is how terrible the story is. We're just talking about anything else.
Yeah.
We're laughing at the fact that a woman died from ODing and making it funny by having a train of animals essentially try to eat the last animal going further into her stomach.
She walked past Jared's room, and it also looked if he hadn't even been face down in his own blood just 4 days before.
Great.
Wait, just 4 days before? I thought they'd buried them.
Also, so she got hit by a car, and so 4 days.
How the fuck? Right, so they're dead. They have to then obviously a paramedic has to come actually pronounce them
They're
dead.
They're like.
Then their remains are taken away to be embalmed and shit. Eventually, there's a funeral.
And she's apparently the only person who showed up.
Has been hit by a car.
Hit by a car.
Been in hospital, come out of hospital. This has happened in 4 days.
Yep.
Also, like, so the doctor's like, okay, so you're a minor who's on their own. Presumably this is taking place in America. So
No, she's not a minor, she's 19.
Oh, 19. Well, she's still, like, and she's just been,
I swear, officer.
She said she was 19.
So yeah, like, she got hit by a fucking car, and like, oh, you've healed up perfectly, your skin's turned white, but, you know, we're not going to investigate this any further, don't come back. No, you're perfectly healed. Good thing you're fucking Wolverine.
Well, she caught up on her classes.
So straight back, like, to work, you know, don't take any time to breathe.
A message popped up on her computer. It told her she'd been invited to a Halloween party at 6 that night. At first she was sceptical, but she decided it would get her mind off things. Since her skin was white, she didn't have to worry about makeup. She dyed the top half of her hair red and the bottom half white, placing 2 red and white peppermint drop bows around 2 pigtails on her head. Since she loved the circus, she decided to be a candy cane coloured clown.
Try saying that 5 times fast.
I'd rather not.
And then, which time she tiptoed to the bedroom of someone. She started doing this every night, actually, just to sprinkle stardust of all things, and to whisper, "Go to sleep," as Jeff the Killer would say. Everything is all right. She put red and white coloured contacts in, and found a red dress with black straps and white frills around the butt.
The butt line.
The butt line.
The butler with 2 T's. She put red and white coloured contacts in and found a red dress with black straps and white frills around the bust line. She put it on and topped it off with red and white striped tights, black and white elbow-length fingerless gloves, red high heels, and red painting. I love that they're describing this costume so much more than any
literally anything
actual
else.
Themes or like story elements.
They spent more words on this than they have introducing fucking, was it Laughing Jack or anything involving him.
And
Which is
good for them.
Yeah.
She put on a black necklace with a red diamond-shaped gem and went out to try and have some fun. Sure, my brother's been dead 4 days.
Yeah, like your mother and brother have been dead 4 days, and you've just gotten out of the hospital. I knew the moment I got out of the hospital, I just wanted to fucking go to a party.
Shortly after arriving, Caitlin had already received numerous compliments on her costume, and they couldn't see how she made her skin so white. So nobody was like, "Oh, my condolences, it's the first time I've seen you since that horrible tragedy. How have you been?"
Yeah.
Since, you know, your brother and, once again, mother died, and you were hit by a fucking car. What are you doing here? How are you even here?
She left the mystery up to them and carried on with the night. She was having the time of her life when a guy dressed as a zombie grabbed the microphone and said they found the winner of the costume contest. I guarantee this is going to be fucking Carrie.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there a bucket of blood
yeah.
above the... Do you think anyone who goes to a costume contest ever doesn't look up to see if there's a bucket of blood, even if they are popular and very well dressed?
She almost didn't notice when he explained, "Caitlin, Kandy, Sweet Cheeks."
Oh, I forgot that was her fucking name.
Overcome with joy, she stepped up to the street, to the front, and
I was going to
waited
make that joke. She stepped up and started strutting her stuff
for her prize. That's when she heard a female voice shout, "Now!" and saw fuck you! And saw a bucket above her head being poured on her head. Before she knew it, she was covered in a clear, unknown substance from head to toe. The substance to her smelled almost sweet, like candy, and the substance had seeped into the Kandy hearts as well. She then saw everyone pointing, laughing, and taking pictures of her. What the fuck? Who are these people? Like, I get that bullies exist, but her family just fucking died.
And she got out of the hospital.
Like, who would do this? There's like
I
maybe
think those are two like mean-spirited little shits to be in a Stephen King novel.
Yeah, I mean, like, there might be like they're like the one really psychotic kid that would do this, and every other cunt would be like, no, you can't do that, fuck off. You can't hang out with us anymore either. Like, what cartoon world do these creepypasta authors live in? She then saw everyone pointing, laughing, taking pictures of her, and realised who had done this. She saw the 5 kids that had been beating Jared just a month before. Kane felt her face turn red and the tears started to streak down her cheeks, the humiliation consuming her. She washed the substance off her body, and since she didn't want anything to get ruined, she tried to take out the coloured contacts, but they wouldn't. They had become her permanent eye colour. How does that even work? Same for her hair, even though she was drenched.
Wait, when they said clear, do they mean green? Was it mutagen?
The colour hadn't bled at all. With all the effects that had happened,
I got this from my
throughout
uncle
her life.
Shredder.
Her father's death, her mother's drug addiction, her mother and brother's deaths, the car accident, and now this. No, she thought. No more. No more! She then pounced on the group of 5 and proceeded to beat every single one of them into a bloody pulp. She punched, kicked, scratched, bit, and screamed her way through every one of them.
Because no one was willing to pull her off.
Also, everyone. It should be every one of them. And also, space out words. A comma does not mean you can just write the fucking word next to it. It's awkward. When she noticed one of them start choking on the candy, she shoved it down each of their throats when she discovered that the substance was poisonous to them, but not to her. It just made it taste better. And they started bleeding from their eyes, mouths, nose and ears.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes.
She lay down and whispered to each of them, "It's all right, sweetie." That's the wrong accent. "It's all right, sweetie. It's only death." And watched happily as they all died a slow and painful death from their intestines dissolving. She then proceeded and killed everybody else in the room. So why is it? Is the clear liquid that they poured on her
Magic.
super poisonous?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, because this person
Maybe
clearly hasn't thought that out. They want.
No, but what I don't get is, right, it's making people really sick and die. So did they intend to murder her?
Well, it looks like it.
Maybe it combined with her white skin. Also, like when she's sort of like, so she's like, it's basically savaging some guy or something like that. And he goes, notice the candy in it. Like, where did that did it fall out of her fucking? Was she put did she put them in between her fingers like knuckle dusters?
She then proceeded
keys or something.
and killed everyone else in the room with the candy and made sure she had plenty left over as well. You all needed to be punished. You had all been naughty, and it's my job to punish all the naughty people out there. She spoke as she popped more candy into her mouth. I am no longer Caitlin. I am now Candy Kane. She declared afterwards. The notes were safe. The candy was in her pocket, and she proceeded into the night to punish more people who had been naughty.
So yeah, okay, that was.
Shall we read some comments?
No, that's not.
The Witch Hecate says, "This honestly a really fascinating idea. The story itself could be touched up a bit." Just a bit, yeah. "And changed here and there. But I find the base idea of this rather interesting. Not to mention fairly original, even if she is a clown. You took a cool direction with it."
Like, what happened to Laughing Jack? He just sort of disappeared.
Yeah.
What was it even necessary for the story? I think not.
Oh, this is from Elizabeth Wooten. "I hope you didn't stop writing, because this is a really good story. Like, really, really good story."
Why do you lie? Why do you lie to the poor girl? Catastic Meow says... says...
They've invented their own language based on meows, and they just post all fucking comments in any. Come to my site to translate it if you want.
"I need to tell you something. Calling her an OC equals original character is perfect because as soon as her story was put up, she became a creepypasta. And then it... I'm sorry, I don't... The comment isn't finished, but what the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
I need to tell you something. Calling her an OC equals original character is perfect because as soon as her story was put up, she became a creepypasta. And then in parentheses, that's how my mind works. What, it doesn't?
That wasn't actually a
someone-
sentence written by someone who speaks English.
If someone doesn't agree with me...
Was it actually written by a cat?
Go eat an acid candy. What is wrong with you? So this, while not the worst one we've ever read on the show, it's pretty damn bad. I'd say it's probably it's near the bottom. It's in the sort of the bottom tier. It's really derivative and uninventive.
Instead of doing like a list of like top one, we're just having tiers.
Yeah.
So this is like an A rank in awfulness.
Yeah, it's really, really bad.
A for awful.
It's one of those stories that they introduce plot elements that don't go anywhere.
Like you could have cut Laughing Jack out the entire thing.
He doesn't need to be in this. The business with the parents and brother was handled really clumsily. The bullies were way too over the top, literally stealing plot points from other stories, particularly like the bucket at the end. It also made no sense.
Also, like this, like
even within the internal logic.
She healed faster. Her skin turned white because doctors apparently don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Mental drugs.
Yeah, and they poured a bucket of something mutagen on fucking this girl, and it fused contact lenses with her eyes, which gave her better vision, presumably.
Yeah, even within, as I was trying to say a moment ago, the internal logic of the world this story takes place in, the ending still makes no fucking sense.
Nope.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit. It's really bad.
Once again, the whole that they hooked Laughing Jack and this chick hooked up. It just seems like it was added in, like, I wrote it, and like, I want to get some more people. Like, I'm gonna hooking them up with Jack, Jeff the Killer, seems a bit too played out. I'm going for Jack, the fucking clown, whatever his name is. I can't even fucking be able to try and remember. Lightning Jack, good.
Lightning Jack, yeah.
I wonder who actually, like, every time I say Lightning Jack, goes, who's Lightning Jack? Like, which is, the reason why that movie never.
My thoughts. I hated it. I really hated it.
Yeah, it would really take
Candy came more like Candy Lame. It nailed it.
It would take a lot to make this story any good. I mean, to be honest, I don't think you've got anything here. I don't think there's any way to fix this. There really isn't. There's no good version of this story. There's quite often creepypasta writers will take someone else's story and write the so-called good version. I don't think buried in here there's a good story. I think this is something you need to throw out and start completely again with an entirely different
premise. Like the idea of it's original because she poisons people. Like, yes, poisoning, truly original way of killing.
Thank you for watching, and thank you to our patrons as well, some of whom have their names on the screen right now. If you'd like to support the show, you can sign up to our Patreon for as little as $1 a month. We've got some cool exclusive content coming soon as well. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, you can of course click subscribe. There's some other stuff on the screen there that you can click as well. Check it out. We do things other than creepypasta, would you know? So, some of it you might like. Thanks for coming along on this rumbly-tumbly adventure.